In this video, I'm going to show you 11 different pieces that when you combine them all together, you'll get over 30 different outfit combinations. That means with just 11 pieces of clothing, that's boots, jackets, shirts, and pants, with just 11 pieces in total, you can wear something different every single day of the month. I'm also going to give you a range of what to expect in terms of prices, from boots, shirts, anything like that, a range of what is generally good quality still on the low end up to kind of the middle range. Of course, you can always spend as much money as you want in the world and get like the most high quality, but I'm going to kind of keep it simple. So in total, on the low end, these 11 pieces combined are going to cost about $1,200 all the way up to $1,900 on the higher end if you wanted to go kind of high end for every single category. Plus, I'm going to show you how these 11 different pieces all combine. You can see all the different outfit combinations and just see how it all comes together. Of course, since this is BootSpy, let's start with the boots. When we're talking about heritage style, you have to have a pair of boots. Now, heritage style, it's like rugged style. It's a bit workwear. It doesn't really have a well-defined, it's kind of a bit vintage inspired, not really well-defined. And I think that's just because this is more of an emerging type of style. Later on in this list, you're going to see a lot of raw denim, which is another big staple in heritage style. But if you were only going to have one pair of boots, it's really more about the color. It's more about the style that you're going to get more so than anything else. As the base of your outfit, you should expect your boots to cost anywhere between $200 to $400. This is what I would spend on a good pair of boots so that you have something that you can wear every single day and be able to reasonably depend on it. And I think the most important factor is really just the color. And I have 4 different options here. And one thing you'll see about all of these is they're basically like a middle, like milk chocolate brown color. And to me, that is the best color you can get for if you're only going to have one pair of boots. This is the color you want. On the lower end of the spectrum, if you want to stick around $200, I recommend the Thursday Captain. I wouldn't recommend going under $200 because, you know, if you're going to be wearing this boot every single day and then you want it to look a certain level of quality and you also need it to perform at a certain level of quality too. And I haven't seen anything that is, you know, 150 or below or like even 175 that really does as well putting in as many miles as a Thursday Captain. To me, this is like the bottom level of where you should start with. If you want a high quality pair of boots, this is the bottom level. Now, there's also the Red Wing Iron Ranger. This is about $349, $350 at the time of filming this. This is a lot of people's first like high quality boot, and it is awesome. I mean, I've had this boot here for 3 years. My number one recommendation, I think in this level, this is $380. So if you wanted to go on the higher end and get like the highest quality boots for the best price, this is the Grant Stone Diesel. With the Grant Stone Diesel, you get a really simple design, but the leather is top notch, the construction's top notch. So this right here is like a pretty good range right here from 200 to 400. You're gonna get something really good quality. Obviously, the Grant Stones are gonna last longer than the Thursdays just because the insole's made with leather. It's definitely just made with more durable materials and made a little bit better overall, but it's also double the price. And then the other thing that is common between these boots is that they're all a service boot style. So these two are cap toes. This one, the Diesel, is a plain toe, but anything that's basically just like they just look like normal boots. Of course, if you're only gonna have one pair of boots, then something more like an engineer style boot or like a monkey boot, something more unique might be the way to go. This right here is the Wesco Mr. Lou. This breaks our budget. This thing's like around $700, so this would break the budget too, but this is BootSpy, so if you want to splurge on a high-end pair of boots, you're gonna bust the the 11 pieces under $2,000, but it could be worthwhile to get a really, really high quality pair of boots and just stick with one pair or maybe even 2 pairs. For all the style examples I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna stick with the Grant Stone Diesel. Now, after your boots, you're gonna want 2 pairs of pants. One, a pair of selvage denim jeans, and then you're also gonna want an alternative pant that might be a chino. In this case, I have a pair of fatigues in an olive color, but you don't want it to be navy. You want it to be I like olive, but even like a khaki or something like that, that would also work. For your denim, expect to pay anywhere between $100 and $200. And then for your alternative pants, we'll just call them alternative pants. I'm using fatigues. For those, expect to pay around $100. So your pant budget, $300. When it comes to denim, I'm not really knowledgeable about the subject. I'm sure I'm gonna get more into it in the upcoming year, but at least for now, it's not something I'm very familiar with. But if you wanna know more specifically about denim, then Nick from Stridewise, Iron Snail, those are good channels to check out. I know they have a lot of content on different denim brands and stuff like that, and they seem to be pretty exhaustive and go into real good depth on their channel when it comes to denim. It took me a while. This was the pair of jeans that I landed on that I really like. It is raw denim. It is selvage denim, and selvage denim, this is basically the marker right here. It's not like loose thread right here. This is called self edge, and so this is kind of like a contained unit. Honestly, I'm not even sure why that's good. I just think it looks cool, and also I've heard that it is a marker of high quality. The jeans that I have, these are Levi 501s. This is the only style that I found that actually fits my legs, that I actually like the look and the cut of. So I still haven't dove straight into denim, but right now I'm rocking the Levi 501s. So you're gonna wanna find a pair of blue jeans that you really like. Just go with like a raw or unrinsed type color, like deep indigo, and then get those fades going as time goes on. Now, as a secondary pair, personally, I recommend an olive green, just because that that also goes with pretty much anything. Denim's gonna look really good with your brown boots. Olive's gonna look really good with your brown boots. I like a fatigue style pant, but you could also wear a pair of chinos. And like I said, also khaki would work really well as kind of like would go with all of the stuff that I'm about to lay out. The next item you want in your heritage style capsule wardrobe is more about comfort. It's not something that's gonna be seen, but it's gonna help you feel a lot better throughout your entire day. It is a high quality pair of merino wool socks. Now this is my brand right here, Camel City Mill. I do believe we make the best socks for boots, but what I'm about to say is true of any merino wool sock, is so long as it has 40% or more merino wool. And I'm saying this because we actually did the testing on this. This has 53% merino wool. But if you have at least 40% merino wool, you get basically 80% of the sweat wicking benefits that you get. Wool is one of the best sweat wicking materials. It definitely helps keep your feet dry, especially if you struggle with sweaty feet a lot. Then having merino wool socks, even in the middle of summer, no matter what temperature it is, it helps keep your feet dry, it helps keep your feet comfortable. So you want merino wool. And one benefit that you get from merino wool socks is that you can actually wear them 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 if your feet aren't that sweaty or stinky. You can wear them many, many days in a row. It also doesn't keep moisture in. And so basically bacteria doesn't grow on the socks. If you wear cotton socks 2 days in a row, they start smelling pretty bad. If you wear polyester socks, they start smelling super bad, even by the end of the day. Now, merino wool socks, they might be more expensive out of the gate, but you can wear them like 3 times in a week, like 1 pair of socks. So you could like get away with 2 or even 3 pairs of socks. I wouldn't be that much of a risk taker, but I wear Camel City Mill socks every single day, and I wear the same pair 3 days in a row. If it's really hot in the middle of summer in North Carolina, I'll just wear them twice in a row. But that's one of those things most people don't really know about, and I think when it comes to comfort and how your feet actually feel, something like the Camel City Mill Lightweight, it just feels awesome. Now these guys normally retail for about 26 bucks. We have some bundle discounts if you get 3 or more pairs. And because these are made with a special blend we developed called Ironside Merino Wool, we're able to offer a 10-year durability guarantee. And also these socks are also made in North Carolina, 100% USA made. So you can get your pair of Camel City Mill socks. I recommend the Lightweight personally. It's the first link down in the description below. And now that we have your entire lower half covered, we got the boots, we got the socks, we got the pants. Let's get to the fun stuff, the shirts. If you're anything like me, shirts are the most exciting part of the whole wardrobe. So this is where I spend most of the time kind of curating this capsule wardrobe to really maximize the benefit without spending so much money. What I recommend for this heritage style capsule wardrobe is 3 hero shirts and then 2 t-shirts. And what I mean by that is the hero shirts, these are kind of the shirts that stand alone, that look really good, really high quality on their own. And then t-shirts are just like, I think everyone should have some t-shirts. These go under your jackets, these go under your hero t-shirts. This gives you a lot of flexibility in how you can actually wear these things. For your hero shirts, you should expect to pay somewhere around $100 per shirt. For your t-shirts, on the other hand, the range is going to be anywhere between $20 if you want something on the cheaper side, up to $40. That's around the range that I like for the t-shirts that I get. All right, so let's talk about the 3 types of hero shirts you want. The first example I have is this thermal. This one's from Filson. This is just a really, really high quality thermal. It costs right around $100. One of the benefits to this is this works really well under a jacket for cold weather. To me, the key is to get a really high quality one. So the collar is thick, the fabric is really thick. When you look at it, it just looks rich, you know? It's like, oh man, that's a good looking piece of clothing. That kind of highlights one of the points about a capsule wardrobe is that you want to get a very few amount of pieces, but you want those pieces to be super high quality so that you feel good about wearing them day in, day out, whether you're wearing it, because you might be wearing them 2 or 3 times per week. Next up, you want a really good flannel, and flannel just goes well with everything. You can wear them on their own. You can wear them with a t-shirt underneath. You can wear them with a jacket over. Personally, I went with a pretty toned down pattern. This is olive with a bit of charcoal in it. You can also see I went with the olive thermal. So I'm definitely sticking within a color range. The third hero shirt you should get is a denim shirt, and you could do a classic indigo that's like a more natural wash, or you could do something like this that's kind of a light wash. But when you look at your whole capsule wardrobe all together, basically having a blue shirt and then 2 variations of green shirts. You could also change these colors to something if you wanted a flannel with more red or yellow or orange in it, something that's warmer. If that looks better on your skin tone, then you can also swap that out there. Now, as for t-shirts, again, I said you could spend anywhere between $20 to $40. Personally, I think for t-shirts, I like spending on the higher end because that's where I think the best brands are. But I do know Uniqlo, they have like $20 shirts. Those are really good. Those were my favorite for a long time. Then I kind of upgraded to, these are Good Life tees, and I think these just fit my body the best. I just like them the most in terms of their fit, and the quality is really good. The main thing I want to talk about for your tees is really just the colors. I want a light and a dark, and you could go white and black if you wanted to. I chose gray and navy, and that's because these are less contrasty than say white and black. You still get light and dark, so you get all those mix and match options, but it's not so in your face like white or black. And these 2 colors, a gray and a blue, it goes with, again, all of the olive that I have. It goes with the denim that I have. It also goes with the olive of pants that I have as well. And of course, these both match with the brown boots. Final piece of the puzzle, and this is really only applicable for fall and winter, but it's what kind of jacket you're gonna get. And in my opinion, I think I get the most options with 2 different types of jackets. Again, because you only have 2 jackets, you want both of them to be really high quality, and I think you should expect to spend anywhere between $200 to $400 per jacket. Now, the options I have laid out here is a raw denim jacket, and then I also have a waxed canvas jacket. However, I think you could also swap in a leather jacket if you wanted to. I think the main thing is that I like a raw indigo type color, and then also a brown jacket. So whether that is brown leather, or if you want the waxed canvas. For this example, I'm gonna use waxed canvas just because I kind of like this jacket a little bit more. But my one recommendation is that I wouldn't go with anything that is like an olive color for your second jacket, even though this is like a really nice jacket. This is a waxed canvas jacket. I like brown as a secondary color because that's gonna go with everything else in your wardrobe, whereas that olive color is not gonna match with half of the things because you're just gonna be all olived out. It's gonna look crazy. For the denim jacket, I have something that's lined. This is from Filson, and to me, this is heavy enough when I pair it with the flannel, maybe with the t-shirt underneath. Between those 3 layers, that's heavy enough for pretty much as cold as it gets here in North Carolina. Now, that's gonna be different if you're in Michigan or if you're in New York. You might actually need like another coat that is specifically just for when it's cold and snowy. Like if you're in Buffalo, you don't wanna be just out there wearing a denim jacket. At least for me in North Carolina, this is about as heavy as I ever need, especially if you're in California or something like that. It's definitely true also. In terms of color for a denim jacket, I again like the unwashed indigo. Yes, it's gonna make your hands blue, but it just goes so well with everything else you have in this wardrobe. So I recommend this color specifically. And looking at all the different options, I don't think you can go wrong. Like every single brand putting out a wax jacket that I've seen in the last 6 months, they all look like rock solid wax jackets. I have 2 different wax jackets myself. This is my favorite one just because of the color. I really like the color. One thing that I don't think gets mentioned often enough is that a lot of these clothes look better the more you wear them. So that is definitely true for wax canvas. Again, for wax canvas jackets, I don't think you can go wrong with any brand. There's a lot of good brands coming out with wax canvas jackets, and they all look pretty awesome. But the best way to make a wax canvas jacket look even better is just to wear it often. Otherwise, it looks stiff, it looks kind of weird, but after you break it in, it starts looking awesome. And that the same is true for a denim jacket as well. That's why having, 5 or 6 or 7 different jackets isn't always the best thing for your overall style, because you don't get to the point, at least for heritage style, where you're breaking the stuff in, it's looking faded, and it's starting to look really cool, and like you've been wearing it, and it's got the age on it that shows like some character to it. Like I said, with these 11 different items, you can put together over 30 different outfits. So you're wearing something different every single day, and if you get high quality products, it's all gonna look really good. Personally, I like this approach to buying clothes because then I can almost just set aside a budget. In this case, these 11 different items, that's no matter what, even if you go on the low end, all the way to the high end of those ranges I gave you, it's gonna be just under $2,000. So you can almost just say like, all right, here's my budget for all these clothes. I'm gonna get something that I'm gonna wear every single day. All of these things, you get the high quality versions, you can wear them for 2 years at least before any of them start to wear out. And like I said, one of the kind of the badges of honor for heritage style is that you have fades, you have creases, you have things that look broken in to your body. And it's just hard to get that if you're not wearing your clothes often enough. So this is kind of like a double positive in that, you save a little bit of money because you kind of upfront know what the costs are, and then you get to wear it all the time. And then you also get that faded look that just looks really cool. Let me know down below in the comments if I missed anything, if there's anything you would add to this heritage style capsule wardrobe. And if you want to see the 3 tiers of heritage boots, I recommend checking out this video next.